A very good morning if you're joining us on the Homechoir channel. As you see, hopefully, we have a slight upgrade this morning. So you're going to be sharing, well, I'm going to be sharing the screen with some words. And we've got some extra special treats this morning. So if you'd like to pop me a little comment, it'll be lovely to see you. Who have we got joining us? And I'm just going to do a couple of bits of housekeeping and a quick sound check. So if you are joining us this morning, do say hello. There we are. I've got some lovely comments here. So, Borda to everybody in my friends in Wales. Very good morning. Thank you. Oh, Mary has said something lovely. Thank you for all you're doing. It's my huge pleasure. I was talking to a musician friend of mine yesterday, and we both agreed we are privileged to be able to help in this crisis. So, as it is my privilege, it is also my pleasure. I do hope you enjoy this morning. Um, Hello, Nelly. I had a wonderful day yesterday. I did no work. Um, I did rejig the studio. Took an hour in the evening, and that was great because I've had a new piece of equipment, which means I can do all this. But I made flapjacks with the children. We built dens in the back garden. I spoke to some dear friends who I haven't spoken to in a while. I spent a lot of the day in a prone position on my back, enjoying a good book and good food. So it was glorious, and I feel re-energized and invigorated from it. I hope you had a lovely day as well. Um, yes, it is Palm Sunday. Absolutely. Thank you, Albert. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hello to Anne from Derbyshire. Anne, I hope you got my email with the flapjacks that I made. I hope you enjoyed them. I'll share them with everybody tomorrow in our quarantine choir broadcast. Fab. So your messages are now down here, so they're not popping up on my screen. Because it's lovely hearing from you, but from time to time, just my eyes will flick to the corner of the screen and I'll find myself reading quite instinctively along with a comment, whilst I need to be thinking about playing and so on. So don't be offended if every now and then I glance down and speak down this way. Thank you, Andrew. I scrub up. Andrew said I look very smart. Well, I don't mind telling you, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bit of a newsreader effect going on. Okay, from here down, I'm very smart, and then jeans, I'm afraid. But shh, don't tell everybody else. Could be worse. I could have just stayed in my pajamas from the waist down, but I didn't. Fabulous. Oh, thank you, Anne. Yes, well, my children did the majority of the work, and I tell you, I used my mum's recipe um, from years and years and years ago. I haven't actually made flapjacks in years, and thank you for the inspiration. It was wonderful. We still have a little pack of them left. Not many, to be fair, but enough to share with everybody tomorrow. All right, we have a couple of minutes, folks. I'm just going to do a very quick sound check, so I'd appreciate if you're listening in. I just want to get a sense of balance. So it seems that the voice is okay. People can hear. Yes, thank you, Kit Kat. The doodah's arrived. I look very dapper. Thank you. Let's just have a little listen. I've got the beginning of this Bach. So just check the balance is all right. I'm just going to move this in. You might see a little bit of this sneak into the screen. Here we go. There we go. That's me. From the beginning. Let's check that. Okay, I'm now just going to listen to that on the stream. Good, that sounds good. And oh, now you can all see my work this morning on Now Thank We All Our God, which is going to be our hymn this morning. Just need to grab this and bring it in. It's quite a fiddly job here. I'll be with you, everybody, in just a moment. Let's just check that the organ is plugged in. Marvellous. I think we're ready to go. Yes, I'll save that. It's going to open in the middle of the screen, so just bear with me in a minute, and then we'll get started. Could I ask everybody before we begin, just make sure you have a drink of water, and we will begin. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Brill. Well, yep, microphones. I'm too close to the mic. Well, the mic is close to me. I think that's the way. Well, anyway, a very, very good morning. Thank you for joining me today. It's Sunday, and the weather outside is beautiful. It's one of those days where you look outside and you can see for miles and miles and miles. I went out just outside and had a walk around. We have a little square in front of our house. I walked around it this morning a good dozen times whilst composing emails to my friend Andrew, and I got lots of lovely sunshine. And I feel invigorated. I feel refreshed. The world is a very quiet place at the moment. I saw one car go past on the main road, and the other benefit to all this, of course, is that the air quality here is superb for the first time since we lived here. I hope wherever you are that you have well, that the weather is good. If it's not, who knows? It may clear up later on in the day. Now, as you can see, we've had a bit of an upgrade here, and there will be a couple of other developments as we go forwards. I'm going to have some sound engineers give me some advice on how to treat this room for sound, so there will be some changes. You'll also notice lyrics. We're able now to stream the lyrics to our songs, so hopefully that'll help. So today we're going to begin with a beautiful Native American piece, and if you are on my Quarantine Choir channel regularly, you'll know this one. We looked at it this week. It's a beautiful piece. We'll sing it a couple of times through. It's designed to be sung in a sort of meditative state. We then move to sing the wonderful Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring, which if you've had a chance to see the Quarantine Chorus video that I released on Friday night, you'll be ready for that. If not, you can have a look at it after this and have a bit of a practice and sing it. Following that, we'll sing a beautiful piece called Building Bridges, which again is one that was quite early on our channel, and it's a beautiful piece, again very relevant for our times. This one has some actions, and I would invite all of you to take part in those. We'll then sing a wonderful hymn, one of my favourites, and given that we're singing some Bach today, it makes sense to sing one of the famous tunes that he himself harmonised, Nun danket alle Gott, or Now Thank We All Our God. We'll sing those lovely three verses there. We'll then sing Down in the River to Pray, which is another song that we looked at this week. If you've had a chance to look at it on the Homechoir channel, then you can sing in harmony. Otherwise, just sing the melody, all right? And I know we've got some visitors here today who haven't been to the channel before, so my name is Ben. It's a huge pleasure to meet you, and I want to start by saying very, very clearly and categorically, this is not a service. I'm not a priest, I'm not a vicar, I'm not ordained in any way, nor qualified to lead a service. This is a singing session of sacred songs for those who miss singing in church on a Sunday morning, or who perhaps just want to draw comfort and reassurance from singing songs from a sacred tradition. And on that, we will be singing songs from all traditions as we go forwards. A lot of the music is going to tend to be from the Christian tradition, because a lot of the music in my repertoire is, but it is not a Christian service. It is a moment of reflection. It's a moment of quiet, and it's a chance for us all to come together and think about our place in the world, about the way the world is now, the way it was, and the way it's going to be when all of this virus business and lockdown is over. We have a chance to build something new, something special, something I think that can be built on love rather than the acquisition of money and the acquisition of things. And so I think it's important that we take this time. And so with that in mind, we're going to begin with this beautiful river is flowing piece. And before we sing anything, I'm just going to invite you, wherever you are, to sit up straight and give yourself a straight back and a long neck, and just take a couple of deep breaths in and out in your own time, in your own way. And as you're taking those breaths in, just breathe in the reassurance and the comfort of singing together. If you're used to singing in church on a Sunday morning, you can start to relax into that feeling of being with other people, of taking this time to reflect and contemplate. The journey of our songs today will lead us through some very quiet, peaceful moments and a lot of time for thought. And as with the last week, we'll pause just for a minute at a key point and just think out about our place in the world. And those of you who would like to say a prayer at that time, please do. But it'll be a moment of silence on the channel for us to think about and contemplate what's going on in the world. And then we will sing some songs to celebrate life and celebrate joy. And finish with I'm Gonna Sing, 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 which will send us all out into the sunshine, ready to enjoy our day. So we've taken a couple of deep breaths, ladies and gents. We will now just hum that note all together, and lovely. We'll have an ooh and ooh. Off for orange. Oh. F for egg. And finally ah. Ah. Splendid. Can I just suggest to those of you for whom this is the first sound you've made with your voice today, you might notice that your voice is slightly rougher, slightly coarser than it would be in the afternoon after you've had a chance to warm it up. So in that case, swallow hard and then have a drink of water. Can everyone have a little sip? And we will now go on and sing The River is Flowing. We have 91 people on the stream, which is almost a record. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thank you. So we'll start now with The River is Flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. And I'd ask you to keep this very quiet, very gentle, and use it as part of our warm-up, and we'll sing it multiple times. Nice deep breath. The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me down to the sea? The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me down to the sea? The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me down to the sea? The river is flowing, flowing and growing. The river is flowing down to the sea. Mother Earth, carry me, your child I will always be. Mother, will you carry me Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Can I invite you all to have a sip of your drink? And if you're feeling any problems with your throat this morning, remember a hard swallow will really help. Can I invite everybody, as you're singing these pieces, to just take those lovely deep breaths that we practice every day on the Homechoir channel with that lovely tall mouth, and make your breath feel cold at the back of your throat, and that'll help fill up your lungs all the way to the bottom to support your singing. I'm just going to have a quick check of the comments to just see how people are doing. We have 100 people online this morning. A very good morning to you. If you're just joining, my name's Ben, and this is the Homechoir channel. Really glad that you're here. If you like what we do, I'd really appreciate if a few of you could press the thumbs up button. That really helps me. I'm just going to do that on my own video. And secondly, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Just pressing that red button. It's totally free. There's no cost to you, but that really helps me. Now we're going to sing a beautiful piece which I posted to the Quarantine Chorus channel yesterday. And the Quarantine Chorus is a new venture, something we've started just in the last couple of weeks. Mind you, the channel's only 3 weeks old. I have to keep remembering that. And Quarantine Chorus is for those people who miss their choral society singing. And some of you have come from the self-isolation choir, which I run in the evenings. Well, I also put out a video a week, and it will sometimes be on a Thursday, sometimes on a Friday, depending on how busy I am. And so last week was Mozart's Ave Verum Corpus. This week is Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring. And so we're going to sing it through now. And I invite you to sing whichever octave you like, whichever pitch you like, or if you'd just like to listen. Consider this the anthem in the church that the choir would normally sing, but you're allowed to sing with it this time. And next week, just a little note, we'll be singing on Easter Sunday. We're going to be having a special performance. We'll be singing all 3 of the pieces that we'll have learnt by then. So Ave Verum Corpus, Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring, and the special piece that I'm going to be launching this week for chorus, which is Zadok the Priest by Handel. And so a wonderful performance next week. It won't be quite as eclectic. We probably won't have a gospel piece. It'll be just a big, a fantastic celebration of the classical tradition. Okay, so we're going to have a little sing along, and I've got my backing track set up here. I'm hoping it's going to work. So rather than having to play, I'm going to be able to press play and then conduct and sing with you. So please enjoy and take part in Bach's wonderful Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring.
Jesu, joy of man's desiring, holy wisdom of most bright. soaring, dying round thy throne.
Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Just having a look and seeing how people are doing. Lots of people loving Quarantine Chorus. Fabulous. So we've got 112 people watching. If we can get those thumbs up coming, ladies and gentlemen, that would be lovely. Thank you. Do please have a little sip of drink. All right, before we move on. One of the reasons I chose the pieces this morning either side of Jesu Joy is that that wonderful melody that Bach wrote, the actual tune, Jesu Joy of Man's Desiring, is not Bach's tune. It was a chorale melody which he then harmonized with that beautiful melody which wanders up and down. And my old music teacher, Mr. Norris, who was my hero and for whom my son is named, he used to say it was an organist's holiday. He used to love playing it, and it just has this wonderful flow. And I just think constantly of flowing water whenever I hear that. And so our next piece is all about building bridges, perhaps over that water. And I have friends now all around the world. We all have bridges in our lives one way or another. I live very close to some fairly important bridges. I live in Bristol, which is, for those of you that aren't from the UK, it's a town in the southwest of England. It's very famous for a particular bridge known as the Clifton Suspension Bridge, which was built by Isambard Kingdom Brunel. If you've not seen it, look it up. It's an amazing construction. And we also live very close to the two bridges over the River Severn, which connects England to Wales, and just on the other side of the bridge, I mean almost close enough that I could shout and be heard, is the lovely town of Chepstow, and in Chepstow are my dear friends the Larks. And so bridges play an important part in all of our lives. But this morning I want us to think about not literal bridges. I want to think about all the connections that we're building, that we're reaching out across the world. In a broadcast like this, where I now have 114 people from all around the world joining in together. We are building a bridge right here. But think about all the people in your own life who you've reached out to in the last few weeks, that previously you'd had in the back of your mind, I must talk to so-and-so. I must ring my friend, I must ring my uncle, I must ring my cousin. And we've never had the time. And over the last 3 weeks, I've spoken to more people, and people for whom I haven't spoken to in decades. Literally, I've rekindled relationships. I have put away old worries and old cares and reached out, and I am the richer for it. And I would invite all of you to do the same, to think about those people, perhaps who we left behind after a crossword, or even just, I'll see you soon, and then we never did. Let's think about reaching out to those people. Now, this piece is called Building Bridges, and it was one of the first pieces on the channel. And I'd invite you, if you know the actions for this, we've had a look at this in a couple of times. If in my children's broadcast, which is every weekday at 11 a.m., we look at this songs like this. So the song goes like this: building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we shall make such sweet harmony. Let's all sing this together. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we shall make such sweet harmony. volume. Hopefully that helps. Let's try again. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we shall make such sweet harmony. Once more, here we go. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we shall make such sweet harmony. And so we shall, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed for your lovely singing. I'm going to invite you now, please, to have a sip of your drink, and then we will take a moment to just have a little think. A drink and think. How about that? So, we're just going to spend 1 minute in silence, and as I say, you can spend this time entirely silent, just thinking about the world, thinking about our place in it. If you would like to say a prayer wherever you are, please feel free to do so. You won't disturb the rest of us. And so, ladies and gents, if we can just spend a minute in silent thought. Thank you, everybody. I'm just going to load up our next piece, which is going to be Now Thank We All Our God. Just going to move the organ off to the side, wake up the organist. I've got the words here. We have 3 verses, and there will be one issue here, ladies and gentlemen. People are commenting about the balance. It's all down to something called compression. When you have multiple audio streams coming into one pipeline, sometimes whichever is the most powerful stream will override the others. And so I will sing along with this, but you won't necessarily hear my voice over the sound of the organ. And we'll just see how we go. Bear in mind, this is the first time I've used this setup as it is. All right? So, here we are. Now thank we all our God. Now thank we all our God, with hearts and hands and Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was the first first bit of organ playing I've done in a very long time. So if anybody out there is an organist, my apologies. But I think that worked, and I'm just going to check the perplexed. When did that enter the hymn? Well, there we are, Kit Kat. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I can invite you all to have a sip of your drink and rehydrate yourselves. Pardon me, crunching an ice cube down the microphone at you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, I feel so much better for having had a chance to sing some lovely traditional songs, and we are now going to sing another type of traditional song. We're going to sing As I Went Down in the River to Pray. At this point, I'm going to loosen my tongue. You see, I didn't do up the top button. It's the old trick. And we're going to sing Down in the River to Pray. And if you are on the Quarantine Choir channel regularly, then you'll have learnt this one with me last week. If you haven't had a chance to visit, it's this channel, Homechoir. All the videos on here are free. They are there for you to use, and even once this lockdown is over, they are going to stay and they're going to remain free forever. Okay, so if any of these help anybody, if you know anybody who would appreciate taking part in something like this, or even seeing the recording once it's live, please do send them a link to the channel. All I ask is if you can subscribe, please do. As I say, it helps us a great deal. The more subscribers we have, the higher up the rankings we go, and ultimately we're hoping to make a small amount, not a lot, from these broadcasts. It'll be about £1 per video, but you know, every little helps when you're not earning very much. So it would be very much appreciated if you could subscribe. Also to say, just those of you who maybe like the Quarantine Chorus but didn't know about my other project, which is the Self-Isolation Choir, which is a fantastic group which just started on Monday last week. We're singing the Messiah, ladies and gentlemen. We're singing it at home, and I'm teaching it every night during the week. It's everybody on Mondays, sopranos, altos, tenors, basses then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can go and have a look at all the videos for free now, well, not now, after we've had our sing. Just pop over to the Self-Isolation Choir channel, pop it into YouTube, and you'll see all the videos from last week. It's not a lot to take part. It's about £15 for the entire project. That gets you a score, learning aids, and you get to take part in the big concert on May the 31st, where we will all stand together and sing. And the key part of that £15, a little bit goes to me, which again helps pay the bills and keep the lights on and help me feed the kids, which is always useful. Some goes to pay the musicians who are going to play the live instruments for us, and the rest, at least £5 of every 15, goes to charity. And these are going to be charities that are going to fight COVID-19 all around the world. And so I think of it as a way, and one of the reasons I said yes to it actually was that it's something we can do and join together to sing and sing one of the best pieces that's ever been written. It's not easy, but it's fantastic. But in doing so, we can do something. We can take a little bit of control and strike a blow against this absolutely terrifying enemy that we're facing. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I think we should sing Down in the River to Pray. Now, I've put the words up on the screen, and please note I've written where I'd like women's voices and men's voices, but you know what? If you fancy singing the whole thing, you'd be very welcome to. Okay? Here we go. 2. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sisters, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sisters, let's go down in the river to pray. Everybody, as I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, brothers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, brothers, let's go down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the star starry crown. Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, fathers, let's go down, come on down. Oh, fathers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, mothers, let's go down. Come on down, don't you wanna go down? Oh, mothers, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, sinners, let's go down, come on down. Oh, sinners, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the starry crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Thank you, everybody. Isn't that a fantastic piece? I hope everyone's having fun with that. Fabulous. Yeah. Thank you, Kit Kat. Tick the thumbs up. Lots of people are having fun. And what's wonderful is I'm seeing people from all over the world talking to each other. I've got somebody from Yate near Bristol, and that's Heather. Hi, Heather. Your piece of glass is up on the wall. It's so lovely to see you. And Heather is talking to Albert from Berlin. And I was talking to my friend Liz Wetherall, and if you can listen to the Today Show on Radio 4, yesterday, at about 7:20, there was a beautiful piece about the My Lag and Love video that I put out on Monday, an interview with myself, but more importantly with Eric Wetherall and his wife, Eric, who composed it, and it was just a moment of pure magic. This broadcast, absolutely wonderful. Do listen to it, and a huge thanks to John Kay, who's the BBC journalist who put it all together. And I was talking to Liz last night, and we're both quite emotional about what's happened, because obviously people from all around the world have heard it and have got in touch with Liz and Eric, who were in isolation, and they had one of the busiest and best days they've had in ages because of all these people reaching out to them from South Africa, from Botswana, from America, from Canada. And I said to Liz, this is one of the good things about this. We have to find good things in this situation. And I'm looking at a stream of friends who I would never have necessarily known if we hadn't had this situation, and who wouldn't know each other. So do please talk to each other in the stream, all right? Make friends, get in touch with each other, have a virtual coffee over Zoom later on, okay? And just enjoy the fact that there is good that's coming out of this. For example, this. We're going to finish, ladies and gentlemen, in just a minute. And I would say, if you've enjoyed today, as I say, please press thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Tell everybody about it. Next Sunday, I would love to see if we couldn't get 200 people on the channel, because we're going to be singing Zadok the Priest. We're going to be singing Jesu Joy of Man Cesaring, Mozart Ave Verum Corpus, and some other wonderful music to celebrate Easter Sunday. I'd love to have a huge turnout, given it's that day. I would say, if you've enjoyed today more than that, and you feel that you want to make a contribution, given that it is Sunday and you'd normally put some money in the collection, can I ask you to find a worthwhile charity of your choice and donate in honor of all of us here, okay, at the channel. This is my contribution to you. I'm never going to ask you for money for Homechoir. If you feel like making a contribution, please reach out and give generously to your charity. I do have a couple of causes that I'd like to recommend. The first is the Southmead Hospital charity, which is a charity I am very, very near and dear to. Okay, if you look up Southmead Hospital, you'll find it. You can donate to them. And if you want to give to a worthwhile arts organisation, I'd like to recommend my friends at the Bristol Gilbert and Sullivan Operatic Society, who've had to cancel their production of Yeoman of the Guard and have made an enormous financial loss in doing so, and their future may be in doubt. So if you are able to, look them up. Bristol, Gilbert and Sullivan Operatic Society. They have a website and they have a Just Giving page at the moment. And if you can give even a couple of pounds, or wherever you are, a couple of euros, a couple of dollars, to that society on behalf of myself and everybody here at the channel, I would be very grateful for that. Now look, ladies and gentlemen, we've run over, so many apologies. If you have to disappear, I understand, but we're going to finish with I'm Going to Sing, Sing, Sing. And this is that wonderful piece that began the whole venture. This was the first song on the channel, and it's still the most popular, apart from the Mozart Ave. But we're going to sing this all together, and the wonderful thing about this is so many songs work with it. So if you've sung it before, you choose your favourite. You can sing I'm Going to Sing, Sing, Sing. You can sing Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, apart from Glyn. You don't have to sing that one, Glyn. You can sing When the Saints Go Marching In. You can sing Amazing Grace. You can sing This Train is Bound for Glory. If you know any others that work with it, please feel free to sing. You can sing in any language you like, okay? But I just want us all to sing together, okay? Our voices joining together across the world. I will see you tomorrow. I'm on at 11 o'clock with the children. Please, let's get lots of kids along, okay? Tell your grandchildren, tell your children, tell your friends. It's free, 11 a.m. on the Homechoir channel. I'll be back at 2 o'clock with Quarantine Choir, and do have a look at Self-Isolation Choir. It's a really special experience. We've got over 2,000 people signed up already, and that's just after a week, so who knows where it's going to go. All right, everybody? So I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and do take care. I'll see you soon. Here we go. I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. Choose your own song and swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints, they go marching, marching in, I wanna be in their number. When the saints go marching in, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. This train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory, this train is bound for glory. Nobody rides it but the righteous and holy. This train is bound for glory, this train. I'm gonna sing, sing, sing. I'm gonna dance, dance, dance. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, hallelujah. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you soon.